Yeah.
What about shoes? What kind of impact do they have, having the right kind of shoes?
Yeah, everything. Shoe.
Yeah.
As a podiatrist, I've been practicing nearly 13 years. I would say the number one risk factor for injury. There are lots. The number
Mm.
one risk factor for injury is footwear, and the wrong shoes can cause injuries so quickly. And so it's really important to get the right kind of shoe. And it's probably the number one question we get asked is, what shoe do you recommend? And my answer is there isn't one. It depends on your foot type. It depends on your level of ability. It depends on your injury history. It depends on, you know, what surface you're running on most of the time. There's so many factors at play. The best
Mm.
advice I can give, there's two bits of advice. One is that you have multiple pairs of shoes. Studies have shown that if you have more than one pair of shoe, it will decrease your chance of an overuse injury. And then the second thing is that you invest in some time and some money and going to a proper footwear shop where they do a full fitting service, where they'll take a look at everything, take it all into consideration, and then find the right type of shoe for you. So those, yeah, they're the best bits of advice I can give regarding footwear.
Couple of questions there. The first one is, so a couple of different pairs of shoes, like of the same kind, or for if you're running on, say, the road or trails, like what do you mean by a few different pairs?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So that a mix of that. So it's good to have, say, a pair of trail shoes. Then say the Sunday long run built up more sort of cushioned shoe, and then maybe a faster, flatter pair for your track sessions or speed sessions, and then maybe another shoe for your 20-minute easy run. Having all those kinds of different types of shoes for the different type of running you're doing is the best way to go about that. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Because the reason I asked about the shoes is I had a pair of New Balance shoes, no idea what they were, but I bought three of the same kind. There was one pair that I wore through, they were great. And then the second lot of that same style, the left shoe, just for whatever reason, it didn't sit the same. And so I developed a bit of an injury from using those. And so I went on to the third pair. And then the right one I sort of had a similar issue with the fit. Like they weren't exactly the same, just because of I think not the sole of the shoe, but the little insert in it felt just a little bit off, and that just impacted how I was landing. So, and it was all down to the shoes. So I've got rid of those and got some new trail shoes, and they are great for on the trails, but on the road they're not that great. So I need to get another pair of shoes for the road, basically.
Yeah, and if you stick to the same basic principle of how that trail shoe feels for your trail, if you sort of, because trail shoes and running shoes have got pretty similar technology. If you stick to that basic principle, what works in the trail to the road, it'll help a lot.